Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a fantastic Tuesday evening. I'm sectoral leader Cody, and I'm Cody. Welcome on in, everybody. Thank you for visiting. Thank you for showing up. And welcome to a new week. Well, a bit of a way through new week. Happy time zone, everybody. I know it's not evening for everybody. Some of you, it may be night. For some of you, it may be morning. Regardless of the time of the day, I hope you are having a fantastic time. Welcome on in, Katsune Lord. Good to see you. I hope you've been having a fantastic day as well. Today we're going to be racing through some Xenoblade Chronicles, as is the Tuesday tradition for the time being. We're also going to be doing our daily weather talk as per usual. Excited thanks to Pokemon Presents. Indeed, I'm not going to get into specifics on it, but just say there's something new to look forward to. And that new to look forward to, if they at least start just as decent as its predecessor, should be pretty awesome. Just please make it a complete game this time. Yeah. Yeah, I can't say I was expecting that particular game either. So that's a pretty decent news, and I'm sure that made a lot of people's days. Now, this is probably going to be an off-stream thing. It'll probably be an off-stream thing when I play it, because, it's probably going to be an off-stream thing, 2025. I plan far ahead, but I don't plan that far ahead. Who knows what 2025 holds? I'm beginning to lay out plans for the next season over in fall. And the fact that the next Fantasy Life is coming out like October 10th sort of allows me to put that in as well. Fantasy Life's one of those 3DS titles that I also wanted to play at some point. This year's the 1000-Year Door remake. Next year, new Pokemon game. Yeah! Now, I'm pretty sure I am going to play through the 1000-Year Door remake. As long as the title doesn't charge $90 for it. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure. And I really hope they don't change too many words that don't need to be changed. Maybe some of the ones that are obviously, like, dated to today. You know what? I don't doubt that they'll give a bit more information at least, or tease us with a soundtrack that they remade. So far, the soundtrack didn't. The soundtrack's sort of not better, but not worse. It's sort of like, I don't know. There's something about the sound font that they use and what they featured in the trailer that's like, yeah, but the original sounds better. Imagine the crowds talking about wind and solar energy, Alter to talk about nuclear energy. Oh, jeez. I'm sure they won't have to. I'm sure that they won't have to change the crows. They really don't. Especially especially the crows that are making fun of everyone, because we all know that that's what crows do behind our backs. We don't understand them. They're making fun of us. They're like, look at those bipedals down there. They have to go to work. And they just collect the not quite empty chip bag that we ended up discarding. Yeah, there's some great things to look forward to. I've made some small changes to, well, Small, yeah, sure.
Smash,
Small
Rainbolt, Lightning Quake, Nuclear Blast, Heat, Diamond Mist, Volt, Cyclone, Mega Eruption, Burnout, Electrolysis.
Oh, there we go, a combo of 10. It sounds better, the overlap isn't as bad, and there should not be any repeats. I can't guarantee that. But I spent today, or a portion of today, upgrading the random combo generator to not have such terrible overlap over certain words, and for no repeats. However, there is a small chance when you roll a large number that you might not get all of the numbers, like all 48. So I enabled while loops in Firebot. But this is the one redeem that I use that function for. And I have it capped at 200 loop because I don't want it looping too much. That does really bad things for programs. Hopefully, it doesn't have to roll 200 times to succeed on the 48. But through my testing, I did encounter occasional instances where it'd be able to successfully complete like 45 out of 48. Because whenever it rolls a repeat, it has to reroll. But I have also seen it successfully get 48 out of 48, so I guess we'll have to leave it to RNG. Usually, from what I've seen through my testing, it doesn't roll anything, or it doesn't drop below 42. So I guess we'll have to see. Well, the repeats thing, obviously you're going to get a word that repeats, because there's a few combos that share the same word. But in terms of the combo names, they should not repeat. Unless I made a mistake somewhere in there. Because each clip has a flag associated with it. And when that clip's been played, the flag is set. And then at the end of the whole combo thing, the flags are reset. So, I'm trying to ensure that there's no specific combo repeats. So that's one of the big changes that I made, is the random combo generator shouldn't repeat now. Per redeem, that is. What was the other change that I made? I made changes to the sound redeems to... It's more just to make it less of a pain in the butt over on the other side here. On that note, I need to remember click on one of the butt sound clips when I say that, because I just gotta catch myself every time I say that. So the sound redeem thing is not a big change. It's just I'll be able to see over in the queue here if something gets stuck or doesn't redeem properly. And it looks like Firebot's actually responding properly today, so hopefully the the hydrate and stretch don't blank out and not get acknowledged. But yeah, without further delay, let's get over to the weather. First of all, what are my local instruments reading? The transition's still broken. Like I said earlier, that's probably going to be fixed between seasons. That's going to take a bit longer to fix. Over here it is minus... Well, over here. I'm not where my station is. Where my station is, it is minus 19.7. It's slightly warmer where I am, apparently. With a feels like a minus 24.9. No rain, obviously, because it's too cold for rain. A lot of the prairie regions got slammed with a whole bunch of snow. Like 15 to 20 centimeters of snow. So there are snowfall warnings going on all over the place during the weekend. And it finally looks like a proper winter here. And the snow is at its final height. All it took was one weekend. And we're back to our normal height of snow. And winter actually looks pretty normal at this point. I won't argue with that. I was worried about the droughts. Because so we were going to be if we had spring with barely any snow on the ground, that's pretty much an instant drought. Like, you got a little bit of water from a bit of snow that fell, and then you're already going into a drought. A little bit of wind, 13 kilometer an hour gust. Again, this is where my station is. It's not, I don't even think it's in the radius of the local area that I'm located in. Well, yeah.
But
let me click on that so I can do this. This is Canada right now. Warnings. You've got a watch down here. A winter storm. Could be squall. But I don't usually issue squalls unless it's a lake effect, so. Let's start with BC. What's going on here? Rainfall warning, 50 millimeters. Yep, that's a lot of rain. Not sure when Environment Canada will fix their map, but it's definitely very buggy right now. Oh, look at that! We get rainfall warning, and then you go up here, snowfall warning. Look at that. Snow levels are hovering near sea level. Oh no, 5 centimeters! In the prairie region, we would laugh. You're like, you're issuing a snowfall warning for 5 centimeters? However, this is Vancouver Island. 5 centimeters is a pretty significant amount for an area that doesn't usually get big amounts of snow. Doesn't usually, although they do at least get these events a few times a year, so yeah. Snowfall warning, 15 to 25 centimeters along the central coast. Going to the north coast, we got 15 to 25 centimeters, and then 10 to 20, 10 to 15. Essentially, the further north you get, the more snowfall. Snowfall warning, sea to sky highway, 15 to 25 centimeters. Poured into a world of strife. Against the odds, we chose to fight. Blossom dance! Oh. Hey, what happened to that watch? The watch disappeared when I clicked on something. I love Blossom Dance. Love Blosstush Dance. Thanks, Buttspot. Special weather statement at Metro Vancouver Fraser Valley. Wintry mix. Yeah, okay, so same situation around Vancouver. It looks like the snow level is really close to sea level, so you're going to get some varied results. Snowfall warning, 5 to 8 centimeters. Okay, well, I guess you guys are going to wind up getting tomorrow off, because Vancouver shuts down when there's more than 5 centimeters of snow. Near 5 centimeters? Yep. Yeah, they're all going to go into a panic because there's 5 centimeters or more of snow on the ground. The airport over there is ridiculous. As soon as there's not even a centimeter of snow on the ground, all the planes are stuck. You'd think they'd learn. Every year, this happens multiple times during the winter. And still, their airport struggles with not even a centimeter of snow. You would think Vancouver would get equipped for that. We got snowfall warnings in part of Fraser Valley here. 5 to 10 centimeters. Before the phase change. Oh boy, the weather boss is here. What's it gonna be, boss? And then we got highway-specific warnings. Winter storm warning. 25 to 40 centimeters. It's pretty crazy that as soon as you go around the corner of the mountain, all of a sudden the accumulation amount is more than doubled. Alberta, you've still got a bit going on too. Actually, it's extreme cold warnings from the annoying region that's going on. Minus 40 wind chills, so lower end of the criteria, but minus 40 is still minus 40, and it's still dangerous. So definitely make sure you're layered up if you're out in that area. Thankfully, the temperature profiles do warm up as you go west. I actually checked some of the mountain locations, and yeah, it just keeps getting better as you go west. Even into the mountains, the temperature just keeps getting better. Saskatchewan, we got an extreme cold warning up in the north there with minus 45 wind chills. Whoo, boy, that's cold. Extreme cold warnings also down in central. Apparently north central specifically is just being left out of this. I'm going to suspect cloud cover. Lows of minus 40 to minus 35, 10 to 50 kilometer winds. So the wind chill value, because of that, is going to hit minus 40 or colder. I don't like how close that extreme cold warning is to, yeah. Huh. Extreme cold warning, northern Manitoba, minus 35 to minus 40, combined with slight winds, minus 45. Whoop. Yep. Another area that you are probably glad you don't live in, unless you do happen to live there, in which get layered up. Also, this extreme cold warning is leaving out the Hudson coast. Now, because of some of the temperature drops, you'll actually notice with large bodies of water when temperatures drop like this that the unfrozen surface will have fog coming out of it. It's a really cool effect, and it's caused by rapid cooling because water takes longer to cool than air. Water's more dense. It's a really cool effect, and you get to see it for a bit before the water surface freezes up and loses enough temperature. Ontario. Also, extreme cold warnings spilling into there, minus 45. Yep. I don't want to see any of this minus 45, minus 40 wind chill again. I had so much trouble with my vehicle last time. I don't want to see it again. It can go away and never come back. Why does a gradual warming of global temperatures never seem to target these minus 40 days? It seems to target every other temperature range, but minus 40, no, minus 40 is still minus 40. Down in the southern part of northern Ontario, we've got minus 15, yes. 15 to 20 centimeters with locally 25 centimeters of snow. That's a lot of snow. 2 to 5 centimeters per hour. That's very annoying to shovel. That's the kind of scenario you get where you shovel your pathway, then you look behind you, and there's already a centimeter or two of snow on the ground again. And you're like, ugh. Down closer to Thunder Bay, we've got generic weather advisory. 7 to 12 centimeters, heavy snow, blowing snow. A blowing snow advisory would be more suitable. Weather Office in Ontario, in a nutshell, they just issue weather advisories whenever, just so that they don't have to use a specific statement. It's too generic to issue a weather advisory. If you're looking at an overview chart and you see weather advisory, you're like, what is it supposed to mean? 5 to 15 centimeters over in this weather advisory zone. Brief risk of freeze and rain. Heavy snow. This one's mixed. I wouldn't totally argue against a weather advisory under those circumstances. This one should be a blow and snow advisory. Maybe a special weather statement just for almost snowfall warning criteria. Winter weather travel advisory. Okay. We really need to diversify our warning statements. Now, what's going on over here? Winter storm warning, 20 to 40 centimeters. Snowfall rates of 3 to 5 centimeters. Brief risk of freeze and rain. Don't keep that out of account. Obviously, reduced visibility in heavy snow. That's usually the case with heavy snow. And blowing snow, yeah, that'll definitely take up the visibility too. This is a major snowstorm on the move, a lot of this. This is the same major snowstorm that visited the prairie regions over the weekend. That was interesting to drive through. Except we didn't drive through the snowstorm part. We actually were in a less windy area, and we chased all the windy weather away, because by the time we got to where the windy weather was, it was gone. We chased it away. We drove after it, and it left. Okay, yeah, here we go. There is some scary weather hazards in some of this. We got flash freeze warning. Quite a bit of flash freeze. This is more flash freeze warnings than we typically get all season long over in the eastern region. I said that these are uncommon. They are uncommon. The nature of the weather systems that have been going through lately have been making these uncommon occurrences happen quite a bit more. Rapidly falling temperatures, pond and water slush, falling precipitation, freeze as the temperatures drop. They don't specify how fast it's going to fall. Oh, from well above freezing to below freezing within a few hours. Whoop. Yep. That's not fun. By the way, the flash freeze warning extends down here. And it's a pretty strong frontal system on its way. Sudden icy conditions here. Sharp cold front. The temperature grade is really steep. When I last looked at this, there was a pretty big difference. Like, last time I looked at this, there was... what was it? Like a 13 or 14 degree Celsius difference between in front of the cold front and behind it. So yeah, the drop's gonna be pretty quick. Either way, this flash freeze warning actually extends into my eastern monitored area, Ottawa. So you guys are not exempt from that. Special weather statement down in the Toronto area and decent portion of southern, not extreme south, southern Ontario. Winds of 70 to 80, that's no joke. Also, the temperature is going to drop dramatically. In fact, they might even issue a flash freeze warning down here, but that'll depend on circumstances. Quebec. Wow. A lot of... okay, so we got blizzards up in the northern portion of the warning zone. Unfortunately, they don't specify. They just give you a definition of it, and they say, oh, blizzard conditions. Beginning Wednesday, late in the day. Gradually improve on Thursday. Flash freeze... wow! This cold front's going to be hitting a huge portion of Quebec with flash freeze warning. Suddenly drop by 15 to 20 degrees in a few hours. They're expecting it to get sharper. Jeez. I've dealt with sharp cold fronts before. That's pretty crazy. Now, what's this portion here? Multiple warnings. Okay, that's even worse. It's not... oh, where is this? Okay, it's not highlighting where it is. But there's a flash freeze warning There's freeze and rain warning and an extreme cold warning. How far is the temperature supposed to drop for there to be a flash freeze warning and an extreme cold warning at the same time? That's gotta be a ridiculously steep temperature profile going on. Okay, it's no longer highlighting anything. 90km/h, flash freeze warning. Luckily, there's no precipitation because the ingredients for a ice storm are almost there. Okay, just flash freeze. Flash freeze. I think when there's multiple alerts in an area that I select, that's what causes it to just stop telling me. So, winter storm warning, extend in here. There's a lot of overlap over here. Like, there's 3 different statements overlapping right here. Is there anything mentioning the wind? I want to see what I'm curious about the wind, because I'm wondering if the ice storm conditions are all met there. 10 to 15. And as we get closer to the Atlantic region, we got along the coast here, we got a rainfall warning, 30 to 50 millimeters. Now, the cold front is still on its way in this direction, so there could be more statements issued in the future. We got 90km/h winds in some areas. Jeez, you guys just get all the nasty elements. My goodness. Okay, how's New Brunswick doing? We've got 25 to 60 millimeters of rain. Jeez. Rainfall rates of 10 millimeters or more per hour in some locations, and we're talking about a long 10 millimeters per hour. We're not talking about storm spikes. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. Wind warning and a rainfall warning. What? 60 to 100 millimeters. What is up with the Atlantic region today? Okay, so last week the Atlantic region featured getting like 1 meter of snow. Now we're getting 1/10 of a meter of rain. 100 millimeters. What's southern Nova Scotia then? 30 to 50 millimeters. You guys had a lot of rain. Also, temperatures expected to fall below freezing mark Thursday afternoon. This is a formula for ice-related disasters. Again, where's the wind warning? I don't know. The Atlantic region doesn't know how to issue wind warnings anymore. Oh, maybe they issued one here. Well, it's the wreck house area. So, we've got 110 kilometers an hour gusts and 140 kilometer an hour gusts. I've asked the question before, like, who would want to build anything in the wreck house area? It's called the wreck house area for a reason. Because gusts go through there once in a while. That'll wreck any houses that are there. You want to build a house there? Well, the wrecking ball is the wind. Maybe maybe you could build like a fortified house. A house that looks like a fortress or something. Oh, hold on. I'm skipping the Arctic. Let's not leave out the Arctic now. We've got extreme cold warning north of Yellowknife. We got minus 50. Even for the Arctic, that's quite cold to deal with. So make sure you're well layered up if you must go outside. Minus 55 wind chills, wind up to 30 with these kinds of lows. Monitoring today Wednesday, return to extreme cold values Wednesday night, minus 55 to minus 60. Those kinds of temperatures are also known as, why do I live there? And that's Canada. We've only covered Canada, and we're 30 minutes in. Prairie regions, details. This ridge needs to get lost. I don't like it. I'm telling it to go away right now. Go away and never come back. Also, this ridge is of this high, and this high stacked on top of each other is not good news. So they both need to go away. That's typically how you form the Arctic air tunnel. It's what sends Arctic air down into the US. These highs need to go away. Oop, not that yet, but that is a pretty crazy map. Get ready for that. We got a weak warm front moving through the mountains here. Had some snow coming along with it. This high is weakening. Good, go away. And we got a high chilling up there in the Arctic. It can stay up there. Or it can just go away as well. And the region finally begins to go away, at least for Alberta, as a frontal system moves into the area. Should create a little bit of a warm-up. Patchy, light snow coming along with that. And isolated cases of flurries. Across this area, gusts going up to 40 knots. Roughly 70 to 80 kilometer an hour gusts. And, oh, that is the 12-hour. I was about to say, and the 12-hour. There's not much weather going on elsewhere. You can see ice seas starting to appear there. You can tell it's very cold when you start seeing the ice crystals. Discovered how to make this even more entertaining. Imagine Cody in a suit in front of a green screen, camera pointed at him. It says things like, woo! What is up with the Atlantic coast? Welcome on in, Auntie. And actually, I've been considering this. It's specifically with, like, the Sunday weekly weather. I have the green screen. I already have some of the requirements. I have the camera and the... Here's the map. The US is insane right now. Look at all the weather statements right now. Like, holy jeez. We've got, over in the west here, we've got winter storm statements. These are forecasts. They're going to start soon. A few of them are already established. We got a blizzard warning in a portion of the mountains too. Wind warnings, wind watches. Another snowstorm in the other section of the mountains in northern Idaho. Going into Montana, western Montana, wind warnings and wind watches. There's an avalanche warning down in the southern portion of it. In the Colorado, the mountains part of Colorado, we've got another winter storm in a lot of New Mexico, wind warning. Texas, got wind warnings in northern and western Texas. That green square is an evacuation notice. There were some fires active in the area, and there might still be. I think the wind warnings might have covered them. They were there just a bit ago. A red flag warning continues for a lot of Oklahoma and part of Texas. The weather is very fire weathery down there, so definitely be safe and don't do things that could start fires, especially when the danger is so high. Like, throwing cigarette butts out the window. First of all, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be doing that in the first place. But when the fire danger is so high, you should definitely not be doing that. You don't want to be caught being the person who started a large fire. There's some huge consequences for that kind of stuff, and also it's very inconsiderate to just do that kind of stuff. Ashtrays were invented for a reason. The wind does not stop in Texas. A lot of the Great Plains, well, more east central portion of the Great Plains, these are all wind advisories, the tan color. And let's not forget my favorite element, but also a very scary element. The thunderstorms, the severe thunderstorms. The yellow is a tornado watch. The little red dot is a tornado warning. I'm going to refresh to see if it's still active. It's not active anymore. But the thunderstorm that was responsible for it is currently on the move. Is that the Chicago area under severe thunderstorm warning? Yes, it is. So, that particular thunderstorm has history of producing a tornado. So definitely just be well aware of your surroundings. Pay attention. Look at the cloud bases if you'd like. But if you start seeing, if you see clouds lower, and you start seeing localized rotation, that's a good sign to just take shelter for a while. The storm's on its way out to the lake, so you shouldn't have to take shelter for too long. Apparently there's a flood warning somewhere too. I can't see it on the map. There's a lot of green on the map. Imagine somebody colorblind trying to read this map. I can't imagine. Because there's so many similar colors. They're just so close to each other. Heck, if you have even the slightest color blindness, you'd probably have difficulties telling half of these apart. The special marine warning is the same color as a severe thunderstorm warning. Unless it's like one number off or something. They're the same color for a reason. The special marine warning is basically just a marine version of a severe thunderstorm warning. It's just over the water. Winter weather advisories are the purple here. So we got a severe thunderstorm going into a winter weather advisory. Well then, you know what that means? That means thunderstorms with snow are possible. There's still some pretty good momentum going on here. It's supposed to die down. Maybe not overnight, but into the next day it's supposed to die down. These thunderstorms actually could potentially endure overnight, depending on the environment around them. This icy cold weather, thundersnow maybe, yes. It's possible. If you're going to see it anywhere, the Great Lakes are a great place to spawn that kind of stuff. Now, I can see some of this teal. There we go, teal. The teal color over here, that's all flood watches. And you've got this dark, gross sort of, like, yellowish brown. That's a wind watch. You see decent portions of New York State have it. Little bit of Massachusetts. Oh, there's also a dense fog advisory hiding in here. That's actually hard to tell with the color contrast. But yeah, a bit of fog hanging out in the main area. I think that's got to be precipitation induced because there's a storm warning out in the surrounding waters, and when the wind's too high, you can't really get fog. So I'm suspecting that's precipitation induced visibility reductions. But yeah, a good portion of the U.S. has wind statements of some sort, so if it's windy in your area, the lows are crazy. Especially this low over here that spawned this movement of thunderstorms. This area was originally a slight threat area, and then the environment was just right. Also, there was a bit more sunlight in some areas than they initially projected. Sunlight and good conditions for thunderstorms, plus a trigger. Yeah, the storms just took off. They love the environment. Hopefully the tornado part will start easing off soon. And yeah, beware of this wind chill advisory here. Poking into Minnesota and part of North Dakota. And this is the chart that I was looking at. Oh, I think they moved the enhanced zone just a little. They moved it just a little bit. Or they fixed it because it used to look really sharp and now the corners are all nice and round. Now the slight zone. Yeah, this area was a lot smaller this morning. That's what perfect environments do. As you can see, Chicago was indeed in the enhanced zone when they spawned it. Thankfully, the tornado that could have touched ground was north of Chicago. So Chicago's all good. And you should be all good now as a lot of the storm has moved out to the Great Lakes. This enhanced zone should be good too. Not seeing any developments at the time that could result in a tornado developing. I'd still keep an eye on your local forecast, just in case. Tornado, this is why it became enhanced. They increased these spots to 10% and put significant EF. That means EF2 or higher. It even says, actually says down here too, EF2 to EF5 tornadoes within 25 miles of a point. And 25 miles of a point is what these percentages are based off of. So it doesn't mean you have a 10% chance of a tornado being right over your house. It means within 25 miles of your house. Which means you'd probably be able to see it if it hasn't become rain-wrapped already. Wind chart actually got updated too. The southern enhanced area, 30% and significant, so winds that can do quite a bit of damage. Not just barely severe, like 90 kilometers an hour, 50 miles per hour. Talking about like bumping it up to like 60, venturing to 70. Like winds that could do some serious damages. Hail, but northern enhanced zone got the 30%. So each enhanced area either had hail or wind increase as a threat, and both of them got slapped with a 10% tornado chance. And in addition to that, heavy rainfall. Heavy rainfall is also a primary hazard. And there was the possibility, though I considered it secondary, of high lightning rate. The chances probably leaned towards high lightning rate happening, just as the environment became more favorable. And we're full loop, and now I'm gonna bring us over to. I have to switch my available monitors here, and then we're gonna start some Xenoblade. Where's my controller? My controller's still packed up. Where did I put my controller? Pretty sure I put it in here. Oh, I'm the audio's gonna sound weird. I'm a little away from my microphone. Dropping stuff. Okay, I have my controllers. Let me just put my headphones back on. My headphones are wired because I don't. Wireless is sometimes just really unreliable. It just depends on what's going on. But if you have too many wireless devices in the area, wireless can really start just not wanting to work. Now, I have my Switch docked, right? Yeah, what's up, Doc? Well, what's up is the Switch is indeed in the dock. Yeah, close that, move that to this window. Do the Mario, and yeah. Do the Mario. Switch to I think it's display 4. So I have a curious setup. I have usually I have 4 monitors to 1 computer, but one monitor what one monitor is connected to a switch that splits between multiple sources, so I can switch that one to, let's say, my Switch. And it's all ready. Hey look, it's Happy Pokemon Day. I know Pokemon fans are very happy with that news. Xenoblade Chronicles. We're gonna race through some Xenoblade Chronicles. Creek. Where did we make it last? Well, I guess we'll figure out in just a bit. Let me make sure I have my snacks and my hydrate nearby in case. Get in that redeem. Or in case I want to hydrate anyways. I highly recommend hydrating. It's a very cool thing to do. There's lots of things that your body does to you when you don't hydrate much. Like headaches is one of the things. You can get muscle cramps or soreness from dehydration. I just finished a Nopon village. That's what was going on here. And because I unlocked Melia, I'm going to be Melia for a majority of the game now. But yeah, there's all sorts of weird things that your body can do to you if you don't hydrate. So it's just good to be hydrated in general. Headache is probably one of the most common ones, and sometimes people don't figure it out right away. It's like, why am I constantly getting headaches? Check your hydration levels. That's one of the recommendations I can make. Now, obviously, headaches can be caused by a lot of things. There's illnesses that cause headaches. There's sounds that cause lots of headaches. Sometimes, for instance, having your earbuds in and set at a bad volume, that can eventually cause quite the headaches. I'm following this path, but I have a feeling that this path is not... Yeah, this path is not leading me down. Ooh! Okay, those guys aren't aggressive, though, so we're good. There is a high-level aggressive somewhere down here, and I'm hoping that we're not on a bad cycle right now. Where is he? It's a dino. It's a dino. A dino beast, as Riki would say. Well, yeah, Melia is the one that I usually choose because magic class, magic DPS is my thing. I guess I'll do a little bit of jumping because while you're in the water, it makes you go like ever so slightly faster. Not that, again, I'm not going for a speed run or anything. Oh, jeez. That's why I called this a fast play, not a speed run. If it was a speed run, first of all, I'd have a lot to learn about optimal routes. And second of all, I'd have to have like specific equipment to make fights go faster. There's the scary guy. Level 98. Aggressive. Thankfully, he's just chilling there, so that's an alright cycle. I'm cool with that. Orluga! Well, essentially Xenoblade Chronicles version of an ogre. You know, in the when Pokemon, why does it lead me past them twice? And why is he stuck pacing between a small area? Okay. Okay, now we're out of there. Well, yeah, when Pokemon Violet Scarlet DLC introduced the Pokemon, the Ogrepon Pokemon, it was like, perfect, named by a Nopon. Ogrepon! A Nopon discovered this Pokemon. Boss fight! Oh, I should have done electricity last, because electricity is the one that I put 200%, that Melia has 200% damage on. Don't worry about it. We're already at the cutscene. You guys don't need to worry. Get toppled. It's using Soul Read? What? What do you mean it's using Soul Read? I don't know what that is. Normally when you're at level, Soul Read is highly annoying and greatly increases its evasion rate. So you need to use like Shulk's new Monado ability to cancel that out, or Melia's blast move. I don't remember every move's name, do I? Or maybe I'm just not remembering it right now. I don't know. You know, sometimes you just can't trust your own memory. Sometimes you try to contact your memory and you just get this dial tone and you're wondering like, hello, hello, memory, memory? And then you just get this boom. Mama bun, tummy, rumble, rumble. This is Riki's family. So, I can't even remember what number to try. Right? Like, we don't have Melia in the party, but that's just temporary. Once we're up here, we'll get Melia back. And then we will, and then Melia will leave the party again. And then Melia will join the party. And then Melia will leave the party again. It happens a few times. That's fine. Melia's just up here speaking with the chief. Unfortunately, this does mean I have to change the party formation again. Yeah, sure. You could tell by Melia's HP value that she is definitely like mage slash like pure DPS, or mostly DPS. Her aqua ability, while that's out, actually has a regen ability, so I guess not like pure DPS, but mostly DPS. The ads have begun, so hopefully it's just a lot of wandering and cutscene skipping. It should be, because we just finished our boss fight of this area. Yay! Yay! Alright, here we go. We're about to enter a new map. The RFC. Also, Chapter 7's done. We're on Chapter 8 now. Welcome to Chapter 8. The RFC. Thankfully, so large maps and how they work is as long as you discover every like specific label on the map, you don't have to worry about exploring every inch of the map. I mentioned this at this specific map because this specific map is huge. And it can be really annoying to explore because there is a lot of a sea to swim in for you to discover some of the hidden areas. But yeah, once you discovered all the labels, the entire map gets uncovered for you. I don't think you can do that this early. Here's our teleporters. I recall there being some high-level enemies hiding in some areas over here, too. I mean, it does come with every map. You're going to run into some high-level enemies that the game hints at you with a red label there that these guys are well out of your league. I'm going through his New Game Plus at my party is level 82. So anything higher than level 92 is still going to show up as red for me. And is still quite dangerous. But I only New Game Plus this game like twice. Whereas with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I found myself New Game Plus in like 4 or 5 times. Also, there was a level 90-something area that was rather easy to grind in. Which also helped me hit level 99. In Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I think a New Game Plus 1 going on 2 times? So now Melia's on her own. For now. We're going to have a lot of party changes. We're just going up to the Imperial Palace now. I'm jumping because I can. And I love doing it. Yeah, ads are all over. Yeah, you didn't really miss much. I was just getting to new areas of the map. No boss fights yet. You notice some individuals, they appear as green dots on your map. You can actually press Y to trade with them and increase your affinity with them. I guess it ultimately contributes to each area's little opinion. They've got a passive little point system or community system going on, and that's what the trading contributes towards. With your party members, I have to talk to every person here.
Yes.
Bad people, not bad.
Yes.
Bad people.
What's up?
And we got done bad over. Okay, I was about to say, please let me go on the table.
Right.
Okay, now we got most of our party except for Melia, who is doing her like royal duties. Now we follow the path. Follow the yellow line. There's a fine line between something. There's a fine line between flirting and being nice. I don't know. I'd have to ask Christo what the line is. These areas are a marvel to look at, though. Like, definitely, like, while you're just doing the walk-in part, definitely point the camera up once in a while. Yeah, like, they did wonders with this. And what a beautiful improvement from the Wii version, too. The Wii had such limited hardware, and that's what the original Xenoblade Chronicles was on. So there was a lot of like compromises and optimization that Monolith had to do to pull it off then. And now we got the Switch, which, you know, of the current consoles, isn't the most powerful. But the things Monolith is able to achieve with them is remarkable. Not to mention, it's very hard to go back to the Wii graphics now, because some of the textures compared to like this version scare me now. I just traveled to the wrong area. Aww. Aww. Ah. Yeah, this is where I was supposed to go. I wasn't supposed to go down the stairs. Wait, is a special weather condition active? No, it isn't. There's a special... yeah. Yeah, that's gonna happen once in a while. Especially since, like, a little later in the game, you use that teleporter down there. I think Aurora Borealis can happen here. I have that clip, but I have to scroll so far down to get to it.
Aurora Borealis.
But there's a special condition, like shooting stars and that. There's actually specific unique monsters that only spawn under these conditions. If we get the luck that I've had my previous playthroughs, we'll get to see the condition at least once when we're in the area. It tends to roll at least once. It usually loves to roll when I'm playing like a specific area of the cutscenes. Specific story sequence, it seems to really love to show up. So right now we're helping our fellow... Hi, Antia. We need some help. There are some problems afoot. These fellas are quite annoying. You'll be roughly like level 35 when you get here.
Yes.
Oh. Well, thunderstorms. Bring them here, please. Bring them here. This is my element. Now, Xenoblade Chronicles X is quite an anomaly, but weather conditions actually produce passives on your party. It's not. I'm not the biggest fan of that particular game. Like of them all, just it doesn't fit. Well, I mean, it wasn't meant to actually fit in with us with the series. But also, there was a really steep difference between each level. Like, it feels like the stats were... They heavily changed between levels. Like, one level could mean the difference between completely, like, having a hard time and having a way too easy time. It felt like it was really hard to achieve, like, a middle difficulty or middle ground. Mind you, it's the one Xenoblade Chronicles game that gives you some degree of character customization. Oh, hi there. Yeah, we have to fight these guys. Oh, and then... Dang it! We already entered combat. I want to try that again.
Nice one, Ryan. Come on, we can do it. Yeah. Okay, guys. Now we're pulling together. So this is you like that? Right. Magnificent attack. Right.
I am like too obsessed with trying to hit the outer ring.
Just one more left. Bring it on. Backlash. It's over, but we mustn't be careless. Who else wants some?
Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay.
Are you that?
There we go. We helped our fellow high NT out, and now we're gonna head on back. I thought I had to do one more thing before I actually head back. There's a bit of meanwhile Melia. Or as Riki usually calls her, Melly. Oh, I want to jump over. Oh, there we go. There's a special weather condition. Usually rolls at least once. Shooting stars. And some of them land close to you. No, they don't do anything to you, but they're very pretty. This area looks really cool during the night. I can't stare up at the sky too much, because if you fall off, it's a long way back. Unless I already have a... fast travel point. It's just giant gameplay 6. And, you know, that's the next thing I'm going to try to automate. Is actually changing the category. Zan! Yes, Xenoblade Chronicle. Yes. You'll see I still have that tag up. Series is not a bad word. Twitch is still censoring the word series for some reason. I don't understand why. Series is a very inappropriate word. I guess we're not allowed to talk about Christmas light circuits anymore then. Yeah, apparently series it violates their moderation policies. I can't even put it in. Doesn't censor it on chat, but it censors it when you try to put it in as a tag. It makes no sense, and I don't understand. Maybe it's the same reason why Smash was considered an inappropriate word in Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS when it first came out. That was even more hilarious. Now, Nintendo did fix that because they should be embarrassed they made that mistake, considering the game is called Super Smash Bros. Yeah, Twitch makes some very weird decisions. I mean, I acknowledge that they are at least trying to get better with some things, but there's still a bit of double standarding and weird mistakes that they need to fix. I typed stuff in chat, no idea what gets projected.
Yes?
Yeah, and in general, like the auto mod here, I've got it set to be like somewhat laid back, just no over the top stuff. Because I'm pretty okay with. In general, I'm pretty okay with people say in chat as long as they're not using it as like daggers against other people. That's when it becomes a problem. Potato slash. That's what it sounds like every time. It's Tatum slash, but it sounds like potato slash. Shulk keeps doing his miss animation, and it's causing me to not be able to move. Ooh, somebody got toppled. Wild down. That is Ryan's topple move. Whenever I hear him say that and I see somebody broken, I usually get prepared to use, like, Shaker Edge. Unlike Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the party talking and all that isn't, like... It doesn't become overwhelming like it does in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, or it can. Although I gotta say, there's a bit of... They could have added at least, like, one more variety of post-battle quotes for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. They did alright with what they have, but they could have used, like, just one more. Because some of the lines you hear a lot. Like, Senna's girl with the gall. You hear that a lot. Alley-oop. I freaking... Ryan is amazing in this game. He's generated a few memes in the Xenoblade Chronicles. A few catchy voice lines, like, it's Ryan time! We could take the other escalator if we want. But it's slower. You're moving very slow, in fact. Yeah. And the way Ryan delivers it, like, his voice actor did an amazing job. Love it. I think this is another instance where landmarks conveniently become unavailable. They usually become unavailable in the game when there is a cutscene between you and where you're going. So, you know, no sequence breaking. You're playing 3 characters or someone playing with you. Xenoblade Chronicles, all 3 of them are actually single-player games. Although, in 3, you can switch characters freely. Like, even in combat. I really love that they did that. In this game, you have to go into the menu and change your party formation to play as a different character. We're waiting for Melia to become available again, so that we can... we have to get through this whole area before we can party up with Melia again. Because at this point of the game, Melia's, yeah, in a separate party. This is a meanwhile. Although Xenoblade Chronicles X got pretty close to being multiplayer. Like, they got the whole other players helping you thing. They got really close to that. Yep, back at the high end to the tube. Now, we're going to have to do some Melia-only boss fights here. The bosses are scaled down because, you know, party of 1. This guy's considered a boss, but also not considered a boss. He doesn't have the boss border around him, as you notice. And it got destroyed before Melia could topple. Alright. It's a long way down. They say don't look down, but Donkey says, Trek, I'm looking down! Hall of Trials. I'd be amazing if there was like a Xenoblade Chronicles game where it was multiplayer and you could have like others. Okay, let's see if it survives an electric attack, because Melia's electric attacks do 200% damage. Yeah, it does, but it doesn't have much health left. That wore off quickly. We're going to get to this hall, we're going to run into a cutscene, and then we're going to switch back to the other party. Ceremony hall. Back to the rest of the party. Tomb Robber Pool. The reason we winded up here is it's Ryan's fault. Ryan touched the shiny thing. And that's what you don't do in places rigged with traps. We're just gonna jump down here because we can. And because, like a lot of other games with fall damage, water nullifies it. Even though I'd argue that it'd be painful to fall into water at such a high speed. Actually, in Final Fantasy XIV, if I'm not yeah, I think you still take fall damage if you fall a great distance into the water. Although if you're not in combat in Final Fantasy XIV, you can't die from fall damage, so you'd be alright anyways as long as an enemy's not engaged with you. And also, while you're in the water, enemies can't really engage with you anyways. If you fall into the water from a high place while you're in combat, though, then you might not fare so well. Boss fight. Properly labeled boss. Double attack. Let's lower our immunity so that this fella turns around so that we can... There we go. And climbing. I've run into some fun bugs with some of these climbing areas. Some very beautiful bugs. Let's just say if one character's trying to climb where another character already exists, the result is hilarious. But it's also very difficult to get that. Oh.
Sorry, I can't focus.
That'll happen sometimes while you're climbing. All right, we're at the bridge. Power of Trials. Got a bit more climbing to do. We're going to reunite with I almost said Millennia. Like who's Millennia? What?
The enemy's weak, but don't drop your guard. This won't take long. It's over. Man, what a bunch of jokers.
I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
Now we're gonna do what is not normally humanly possible. But I mean, like I said, they're not humans, they're homs. Wait, am I even going the right way? Oh no, I'm doing that again. We're supposed to keep climbing up, not climbing down. Right. The correct way is up. We're gonna go up. Just looking down there like, Dunban, what are you doing? I can hear your voice. Just jumping a whole bunch. Ugh.
Alley-oop.
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 We won't worry about that fella. What a convenient control panel. Hey, look, it's a it's a treasure chest that Melia dropped. I usually don't leave them behind, so that's amusing. Where did these treasure chests come from? Oh, you just got somebody screaming from the beginning. Riki. Sure.
I will not let the throne be sullied.
Oh, don't worry. I'm specifically targeting you first because I'm not a big fan of you. No. Get out of here, Telethia. I'm not interested in you. Let's just wait for this annoying taunt to end. Hello, this can end any time now. Get toppled. Get toppled. And Millie's out of our party again. What do you know? Hey, we're Riki now. Feels like I'm a different character every time. Let's be Riki for a bit. I made him spiky. It depends on what you're wearing. Off we go. Alright, so now we're off to the throne. If you want a whole bunch of side quests, that's the dude for it. How violent. What was that? Yeah. Yep, yes. We're going through New Game Plus. So we're just blazing through all this. Well, until later in the game, in which you're not really allowed to blaze through as fast. I wonder how we're going to do with that fight that's supposed to be unwinnable. Well, there's two fights that are supposed to be unwinnable later on. You know, unwinnable given that you're leveled. Now, they end up being unwinnable in the end anyways, because the cutscene triggers when you get them to like 50% in these cases. Oh, mommy, I'm just beveraging. Riki and its spiky glory. is our no pun in the party. I wanted to get a clip of him saying bird lady, but he doesn't say bird lady in voice. Also, as soon as we got the weapon that looks like fish bones, I was just like, you know what? I'm keeping this weapon for the rest of the game. This weapon is beautiful. You can glamour your weapons and your armor. You know, you might not like the look of a specific piece of armor. Well, you can glamour it. Now, Melia will join our party indefinitely once we get to this area. Well, is it indefinitely, or do I have to wait just a little bit? We're about to get Melia into our party and actually, like, have her stay in the party. Imperial Villa. Wait for some loading. Wait for some loading. Okay, there we go. Alright, we're going to get Melia back into our party. We're going to swap people around. We'll bring Charlo along this time. And Riki. Now, Riki's not the best at humidity. Thankfully, we're overleveled enough that we can get away with that. Also, I don't think landmarks are available right... Oh, they are available right now. Okay. Well, if they're available right now, then we're just going to do this. We got to go to the Ascension Hall. And we're about to run into another issue. Interesting. Throne is empty. Yeah, so just so he went off to Prison Island, which is where we're heading next. Yeah, there's a lot of universes with a Prison Island, huh? Heck, our real world used to have a Prison Island. It was called Australia. Back in the day. Actually, it sort of makes Australia... That makes Australia pretty legendary if you think about it. Like, Australia was like Prison Island. And now Australia is a fully functional country. Well, you know, as functional as our so-called society can be. I still say our society has quite a few issues that don't get addressed, so, you know. That's the thing, first world doesn't necessarily mean that everything is all peachy and... Really? I know, right? You know what our society is missing? Those super villains who are like, I can build the perfect world. Where are those, like, I can build a perfect world? Hey, where's our Dr. Eggman? Is this the part where I go down, or am I... No? Nope, I'm going here still. I thought there was some point that went down. I think they're in politics, but I wouldn't sorry to it. Well, I mean, if there was somebody like a Dr. Eggman, it'd probably be pretty good at blending in for the time being. As long as we don't have someone like as long as we don't have like a Ganondorf, because that would be scary. Ganondorf is a lot more merciless. Is this the activate the two? Yes, this is the activate the two seals part. All right. So this part has a little bit of wondering. What's the weather condition right now, anyways? Looks to be mostly clear out.
Krista.
Better head to bed. Lovely night, love bug. Have an awesome night, Auntie, and thank you for swinging on by. It was nice to have a chat. Hopefully your sleep is wonderful and uninterrupted. Have a nice rest. These ansels here will definitely... These ansels here will definitely bother you on your way too. You'll probably be like level 37, level 38 by now, around now. I'm gonna quickly check our bonus experience. That's not the button. That's not the button either. Only Riki can level up. I prefer to keep the entire party at a similar level. This music is beautiful as well. Just love it. Like, you got the calm parts of the music where you're just wandering the lands. It's common, but it's not just the occasional bump on the piano like Breath of the Wild. And then when you get to like bosses and that, then you gotta start getting the more serious music. Oh, unique monster. Unique monsters aggro you regardless of level. Here, let's get rid of his buddy. We're gonna tell him to focus. Alright, here's a thunder attack. Quite a bit of damage. Now you get to hear Riki sound effects. Enjoy. He is amazing to have in the party.
Let's keep on going like this, guys.
Riki's amazing. Alright, let's keep going. I saw that specific fella stuttering right there. I was like, well, what are you doing? I think it was just some weird quirky thing with the interaction with like the land geometry. But yeah, we got to get these up, which means we have to do this. You can actually do it in either order, but I'm just gonna follow the yellow line. Who knows? Maybe we'll run into a unique monster that I didn't fight since the last playthrough. I remember there being a unique monster here too. Yep. This guy respawns. Ooh, there we go.
Presents no problem whatsoever. Okay, let's sort this out nice and quick. The ether is flowing through me. Ancient spirit of ice to me. Now I see there is strength in unity. But Ricky was 100 knuckles. Manifest yourself. Manifest yourself.
There we go. We nailed an inner ring. Oh, yeah, he's got a topple spike. We gotta be a little aware of that too.
Witness my true power. Everyone, prepare for a chain attack. Ricky loves chain attack. Flare, impulse. Witness my power. Ricky do better than anyone.
You see all the debuffs that the unique monster had? Most of those are from Riki. I've got passive debuffs from Riki's auto attacks equipped to his gems. In addition, he's got moves that can deal status ailments as well. I don't want to menu much. Where did Melia's gems go? What the... Why? Why does it do this? Usually he does. Usually he has these. You gotta be kidding me. Why does New Game Plus do this? Okay, and then Spike. There was a Spike that I had somewhere in here. Spike, 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 Spike. Where is it? Oh, come on. I've got more than just a Spike 3, don't I? I can't believe it did this. Really? Riki spins a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a spike defense as well. Okay, Melia, I had, like, yeah. I had these. So, her electric does double damage. There we go. That's what I want. Weapon power 6. Hold on. There we go. Now that happens a lot more often. Electric plus. I had another element, right? Oh yes, ether up. I can't electric plus her anymore. Oh, that's right. 20% probability of auto attack, inflict, and break. These are weapon gems, unfortunately, so you can't. You can only equip them to weapons. Ether up caps at 150. Art Seal resists 75%. I have a better one. Okay, arts can't be sealed. Damage heal. Agility up's also fun. Agility up affects your evasion rate, which, you know, it's always fun. There's a reason why agility up is capped at 50, in fact. Why do some people lose all of their gems and others don't? Okay, where is that break one? We're gonna attach that break one. And we're gonna equip another slow. Now, because it's increased by 50%, it's like 70% chance now. So, you'll see that going up a lot. Now Melia's electric attack does a lot of damage. I think Ryan we're gonna give. Ranks up. Aggro up. Sure, you know what? Buff time plus. Sure. Movement speed, sure. And spike resist. Where's... Oh. Spike 4. I didn't see that. Spike defense. There we go. Melia's electric attack was doing some pretty decent damage already, so now we get to see it do double damage. Oh, okay. I'm sure these fellas won't mind. Did I activate that landmark, or did it not activate it? Not the lighthouse. Central Seal Island, there we go. Okay. So now we gotta go to the other one. We got some sound-based aggressives. Thankfully, the sound-based aggressives can also tell by ear how high your level is. Or can they smell your level? So, smell is not an aggression type. It's not a sense type that can be that's assigned to any of the enemies. Otherwise, you know, there'd have to be a whole mechanic on how smelly your character is. There's like a little bit of that going on in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Not the smell aggression thing, but there is a status called Stench, which makes your blade stay further away from you. You don't want to be stinky. You don't want to be, hey, stinky! Aw, what? What do you mean I can't jump over them? No unique monsters here. Yet. Pretty sure there's a respawnable somewhere around here. Isn't this the one where the enemy spotted me through the wall? So chances are you will not be out of this fella's range by the time you get here. That's a level 40. Oh, for the... There we go. I thought there was a unique here. Then again, there used to be two unique monsters on that one side there. Now there's only one. But if I'm not mistaken, this game does respawn certain unique monsters when you New Game Plus. And now that we've done both seals, we can head to Prison Island. I don't know why that's so amusing, but it's amusing. Oh yeah, and unlike a lot of the other Xenoblade Chronicles games, you automatically draw your weapon in a forced fight. 15,000 damage for the electric now. There you go. Okay, so we got slow, we got strength down. Those are both from Riki, I'm pretty sure. Got freeze. And there we go. That's that. And now we're off to Prison Island. Welcome to Prison Island. Also, yeah, there's Mechons. We're about to have a major boss fight at the end of this area. There are a lot of aggressives here. And they don't usually engage with you, they just go in circles like their AI is broken. Which is an intentional behavior. Some of them look like they could like attack you. And when you're going across this bridge, that is indeed true. They could attack you. Given that you're not level 52 or higher. Well, first time that you're here, you get Prison Island music. There's a time you visit later where the music is really good. Prison Island. Look at this ominous teleporter. Very ominous. Dang. Pretty skinny. So yeah, you should be hidden roughly around level 40 by the time you get here. See, got level 40s. Level 40, level 41, level 41. You're usually good, even if you're a few levels under. Just don't engage in too many enemies if you're somewhat underleveled. Well, well, well. Look who it is! It's Metalface! We have indeed come to play. Hello there! Ah, topple. Got toppled by Riki, got toppled by Melia. No! Yes, it is. We got 1 minute to finish the fight before ads start invading. You missed because he's cheating. We're very over leveled. We shouldn't be missing. Let's do a train attack because we can. Sure.
My turn. Big bullet. Yeah. Hey, not so fast. My turn.
What did you like to know? There was no Monado in that fight. All right, we completed chapter 9. We're on to chapter 10. We might be done. We might be done this in one more stream. Coke is now on his own. So if you guys are curious, since we're sort of getting close, we're already more than halfway through Xenoblade Chronicles. what we're doing next in the series, for a series stream on Tuesday, is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I love how the ads started rolling out after I said is. Thank you very much. Well, I guess I will mention that after the ads then. Very cool. Thankfully, the ads kicked in after the boss fight. So we got to have our fun with part of a chain attack. So, the way chain attacks work... Sure. The way chain attacks work in this game is... you cycle through between your 3 characters, and you execute different actions. Actions have different color categories. If you do many of the same color category, their potency is multiplied. If you do a whole bunch of reds, then you're going to do a whole bunch of damage. I think it maxes out after times 4 or something like that. If you ever want to change color without breaking the chain, and you have a special or your character's talent art available, which is the middle button, then you could use that, and that serves as a wild card and continues the chain. It allows you to change to a different color category without resetting the chain. Doing it this way allows you to deal a crap load of damage to your opponent. Now, in a lot of these cutscenes, especially like cutscenes with like Melia and that, you'll definitely laugh at the walking animations, that's for sure. Yeah, they're very funny. But you know what? You try walking in these tight high heel shoes like Melia is doing, or these high heel boots. Very hard to walk nicely in them. The thunderstorms are back outside. Ooh. If only I could say that about outside my window. I want to hear some thunder. Just look out there and see flashes of lightning. But alas, it's late February. That fella's name is Elvis. And we are about to head to the Backland Forest. We're getting close to the winter area. Depending on when we get there, we'll continue through it. Or we'll stop at it. We're actually closer than you think. Like, we're wandering down this trek of land. We are back in the Machna Woods. Despite this guy's size, he's not a unique monster. He's just a bigger, ogre-like character with a gigantic hitbox that does not include his arm. Giant hitbox does not include arm. See? We're closer than you thought. Globetrotter. Your achievements reset when you New Game Plus. Well, some of them do. So you can get them again. Which is nice in a way, because I'm pretty sure some of them actually give you experience points. This area looks really cool during the night. Look at these. Ooh. You gotta do some landscape admiring. During this area, you're gonna end up getting really close to your characters. Yeah, there we go. You're looking up for decoration, and you've got Melia's back. There's a way to adjust the camera here too. Oh, also, if you jump off these rocks, you can you end up taking full damage if you jump off them, right? Or if you just outright jump off here.
I fear I approach my limit.
Sorry, I gotta focus.
Melia does not have the most graceful fall animation, as you can see. She falls like on her face. Like, ow. Like, it's amusing in one way, because it's like, why do you fall that way of all directions? See? If you jump off of a rock just on time. So normally when you jump while going down a slope, the game actually adjusts your fall trajectory or whatever according to the slope you jumped off of, to avoid taking fall damage every time you jump while on a slope. I can assure you that's not how life actually works. Level 98. Level 98. I don't remember these guys all being level 98 last time. Yeesh. Maybe they scale somewhat. How many level 98s? Yeah, those fellows will probably annoy you. If you really don't want to be bothered by those fellas, since they hear you on, or since their aggression type is hearing, you can change to your walk animation, and they won't notice you. These are the guys making the incorrect bird noises. Oh yeah, I think you can travel up there too. Graceful. There is a really fun area. We didn't fall too much, did we? Okay, good. There is a really fun ice slide coming up. I've had varying results here with how much fun it can be. If you jump, there can be some really crazy results. Although, thank goodness there's a landmark right in front of it. Because if you jump at the wrong time, you can also die from fall damage, so. Whee! Oh, also, if you go too fast, you could die from fall damage. This is one of the slower results. Whoa! Okay, sure. Also, you can make it look fun by just, like, standing there.
I fear I approach my limit.
Steel yourself. The fight has only just begun.
What? The fight with gravity. Okay. Yeah, that part's a lot of fun. We got a no pawn camp. You can buy stuff here. Why do I get the feeling that there's a move I haven't purchased here? Never mind. Nope. I've purchased them. Certain shops have new levels of arts available. By default, you have the first 3 levels available. Then you've got levels 4 to 6. Or is it 4 to 7? These arts are found at different merchant shops. Then you've got the level 7 to 10 level arts. These are found in certain unique monsters, and certain unique monsters can drop them. Oh yeah, this is a lot of fun to ride. Gives you some wicked airtime. However, it leads you off path, so we're not going to do that. It is a hot spring, though. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, we arrived here early enough, so we're gonna continue through the Icelands. Ice cabbage. Ice cabbage for what? Bed. Actually, I'm sure Riki would call it a dino beast. So, level 45. You'll probably be at or slightly below that level by the time you get here. Good area to do a bit of leveling. Thankfully, leveling isn't a painful, slow process in the Xenoblade Chronicles games. Thank goodness for that. You learn some backstory here. And also, this area does the classic fire and ice kind of stuff. Gotta get to one of the caverns here. Like, why is there a geyser here? Because there is lava not too far away. Thanks, camera. And I was talking about the camera when going down the slope getting close. Well, the camera going up the slope is something else. My microphone keeps ascending. Get down. Yeah, I'm actually doing good at keeping my back straight during all this. Oh, Melly is getting a little jittery. Maybe she's getting a little cold. I wouldn't be surprised if she's cold. Her back is like wide open there, like jeez. And just because most people's thighs have like extra padding or like the most padding of a body next to your arse, it doesn't mean that your skin is protected from the cold even more. It isn't. Da 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 da. As soon as we get into like lava caverns or whatever, that's immediately what I think of. I don't know why I'm going that way. Da 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 da. Okay, the lava's not as expansive. Wait a minute. Oh, never mind. It does do damage. It just takes a while. Imagine being able to stand in lava for like a full 5 seconds before it actually starts damaging you. Today, I walked in lava for a few seconds. Ah, now this is more like lava caverns. Da 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 da.
This represents no problem whatsoever.
This won't take long. I don't have time for full fights.
Summon Isis!
I'm powering up.
Behold my power! A rather advantageous position. Water! The source of all life!
Now it's right.
Magma roar.
Mustn't be kidding. Who else wants some?
Oh, hey, who wants to get the treasure chest? I guess Dunban was chilling in the lava there. I don't know why he went way the hell into there during the fight. Well, you know, me and AI players in general and damage floors in Xenoblade games just don't go well together. So yeah, if you're ever feeling too cold from out there, you can just come down into the lava caverns here. It stinks like sulfur, but you know, nice and cozy. Now you're all steamy and hot coming back out here. Steamy. I know this is gonna be like one of the like 20 plus times I've said it, but I should get a sound clip of Plankton saying steamy. I'll add that to the 25 or so sound clips that I said I want to get. And then end up forgetting about. Welcome to Canada during the winter, see? Look at all that. All snowy. Melia and Co are getting familiar with what Canada is like during the winter. Well, I mean, right now it's sort of like that. Definitely. Definitely sort of like that. Maybe. 100% maybe. %100% innocent. Minus up to 100%. It's gone. You hear the sound of ice. Then you hear an extra. Then you're like, eh, maybe I shouldn't be near there. Oh, wow. So yeah, cutscene. Wait, I don't think I ever viewed this. It's a Riki and Dunman one. I'll have to come back and check it. Off stream. I think Riki and Dunman have a close enough friendship level for me to actually view that one. Riki! There's a reason why I have a clip of Riki saying hit upon Riki.
Hit upon Riki!
Yeah. He says hit upon Riki a few times, so I will, you know, if I ever wanted to, I could get a few other instances of him saying that. Add some variation. If I wanted to. But that's something that, yeah, you know, maybe I'll do that in the future. Why does this microphone keep doing that? It keeps slowly rising up. It's the way I have the arm set up. It keeps trying to spring it up. Hey, look, it's a stream starting soon for Melia. Cue background fade into different environment. Oh, where are we going? Is there a patch of ice here? I want to demonstrate what ice does in this game. It's actually pretty amazing. So ice, your speed will increase. It'll keep increasing. There's ice over there. One graceful fall later. Okay, I'll go a little out of the way for this. Oh, we're about to run into Metal Face again. But this time you might notice something different. Metal Face, but different. Okay, so, ice. Then you can go... If you jump just right, you can keep that momentum and go whee! Cover some good distance. Graceful fall. My goodness, Melia. Graceful. Definitely not graceful. Quowly Slobos. Look at these big boys. Grief. Never. Umakar, huh? You recognize Mumakar? We saw him at the very beginning. Oh, beautiful. Got dazed. I was so close to nailing that. Oh, he likes to say that, by the way. That's his favorite line to say. Is "Get off me!" Boom! You just gotta force the topple and then boom! And yeah, Mumukar. From the very beginning of the game. Why? Why is that so? Maybe one day I'll do a full playthrough of Xenoblade Chronicles, but again, that's something I have to like seriously consider because it takes a while to actually play this game, especially when you're including cutscenes. The Bionis thumb. Ah, it's not as cold here, thank goodness. So we're getting close to an area called... I almost said Storm Valley. Sword Valley. We're actually sort of getting close to the sword of the Bionis as well. So we're getting very close to the point where we get to the Mechonis side. So now you really feel like you've gone through a big time checkpoint at this, at this point. When you start getting to the other side, and you're like, "Oh, I'm on the other one now." Ooh. Ooh. Cutscenes. Sword Valley. We are now on the Mechonis side. I'm gonna get down to the shop area here. We're gonna do some shopping. Unfortunately, we're not doing shopping with Krista. Krista does love her shopping, but we're not doing any with her. Not this time around. There are a lot of cutscenes here. I mean, there's a very good reason for it, isn't there? Now, if you guys could just stick around for a moment here, I'm gonna find somebody to send us off to. I'd like to thank you guys big time for joining. It is absolutely lovely to have all of you around. It was great to have a chat with some of you. I'm gonna send you guys over to Kimi. I'm gonna send you guys to Kimikoro. I'm gonna send you guys over playing some Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, which is an array of RNG. So pretty fitted. We deal with arrays of RNG ourselves. Oh, unfortunately, raids appear to be off. Oh, maybe it's just concluding. Alrighty. Okay, I'll just send you guys over to Sylph then. Yep. I'm gonna send you guys to Simply Sylph then, since that's the case. She is currently into day 5 of an uncapped subathon, so I'm gonna send you guys over there. She's playing Rune Factory 4 right now. That could easily change to a different game. Who knows? I'd like to thank you guys for joining. And before I forget, I'm going to give you guys some time to copy the raid messages. First one is for subscribers. Second one is for non-subs. So, stick around, and whether you want to head over there, raid and run, or whether you want to head over there, raid and chat, or whether you just want to raid and vibe, all fine by me. I'd like to thank you guys for vibing here. I hope you guys have a fantastic evening, morning, time zone. And we will see you next time on Thursday. We'll be doing more Book of Mario. Beware the scary translations of Yoshi's Island. On Saturday, we're going to be doing City Skylines, Share a City, or Final Fantasy XIV, depending on how the hardware performs on City Skylines. All this, 7 p.m. Mountain Time on those specific days. Thank you guys for stopping on by. Have a fantastic night. Take good care of yourselves. Till next time, we'll see you guys later.
Sue!